Good morning. It's Saturday, and I'm very grateful today. I understand that some people from KCBC, maybe some other people are going to be joining together to pray for me. I'm really grateful for that, and I appreciate your love and concern. As I said yesterday, please do pray for other people who are unwell. Don't forget them. It'd be good to have a prayer list, maybe write up a list of people to intercede for today. So I'm very grateful for that. I have an apology to make as well. Unfortunately, behind my health situation means that I'm not going to be able to get to Alan and Anya's wedding. I'm heartbroken. I'm gutted about that. I was really looking forward to that. So many blessings on both of you. I hope you have a great honeymoon in Cancun as well. And I understand that your prospective parents-in-law are having their first meeting this weekend. So hopefully that'll be a time of blessing. And I pray for God's guidance on you and your ministry together, and the way that God's going to use you as an anointed couple. I want to share with you just a verse from Acts chapter 27. Sometimes there are adventures in the Christian life, and we overinterpret them. Sometimes we think if things are going well and easily and swimmingly, then God must be in it, because it's easy. And then if there are problems and obstacles, we think God must be against it because he's opposing it, making it difficult. It's not always the case. Sometimes there are circumstances, there are challenges, there are situations which come against us. And they're not that God's against us, they are obstacles to be overcome. They are challenges. A historian called Arnold Toynbee, in his big mega volume History of Civilizations, talked about call and response, that every civilization has a challenge or a call, and it depends on how they respond to that call, to that challenge, whether they survive or disintegrate as a civilization. And some civilizations have collapsed. Life is an adventure. Life is a set of challenges. It may be simply you go to a different country and you have to work out how to use their telephone system. It's a challenge. It's an adventure. You go to another country, you have to work out how to use the subway system. It's a challenge. And God is always giving us fresh challenges, calls, and responses. And this is life. It doesn't mean that things are going badly or well. It's a description. And in chapter 27 of Acts, they're on a journey. Read the whole chapter. It's like an adventure story of a sea voyage, storms, challenges. And it says this in chapter 27, verse 4. From there we put out to sea again and passed to the lee of Cyprus because the winds were against us. The winds were against them. And so they put into the lee, into the shadow side of the island. They did the sensible thing. And Paul takes charge of the ship, even though he's a prisoner. Read the whole chapter. It's very exciting. They get out of the jam they're in, but it's a challenge. And sometimes life is a challenge. And sometimes things happen to us that we don't have explanations for. It seems like it's chance. It seems like it's random. But we know that God is sovereign beyond everything. Sometimes I wonder why, just very suddenly, I developed brain cancer out of the blue. No pre-warning signs, just happened. You could say it's a random universe. If you're a nihilist, if you're a follower of the philosopher Nietzsche, you would say there was no sense, no rhyme or reason to it. It's just one of those things that happens. But as a believer, we believe that God is in charge, even though we don't always understand the reasons. And so we know that how we respond matters. Our outer behavior reveals our inner disposition. The way that we respond outwardly to challenges reveals the inner state of our soul. That's why it's important for me to carry on sharing these Bible verses. As I shared with you, I think this week, as the treatment proceeds, my health may get worse, temporarily at least, so that I may not be able to do it as often. But our inner disposition, our inner attitudes, our inner attitude of faith is revealed through our outer actions. Faith is revealed through works. And that's why obedience is so important. And so today, let today be a day when your inner disposition comes outwards. Whether you're praying in the building, for me, or others, whether you're praying at home, whether you're just doing the shopping, whether you're out in the rain, whatever it is you're doing, let God be manifest. Let God's inner attitudes be displayed in your life. And let Him get the glory. It may seem like what's happening to you is accidental, makes no sense, but we know that behind the scenes, God is working His purposes out. And so I encourage you, have faith that God is at work in your life. And He has a task for you to do today. There are going to be people that you're going to meet today. It may just be somebody that you meet at a bus stop. It may be somebody you meet in the corridor of your block of flats that you can just smile at and say good morning to. We were getting the wheelchair into our flat, and the next door neighbour that we'd not met before, called Wayne, just offered to help us get in. So we've met our neighbour, Wayne. He just moved in at number 3. Hopefully we'll get to know him a bit better, and we'll be able to love him in the name of Jesus. God gives us opportunities all the time to reach out in love to other people. So let your inner disposition be revealed in your outer attitude today, no matter what adventures or lack of adventures God gives you today. I'm going to turn this off. Sue says that you might be able to hear the ticking of the clock. It's not a bomb, it's a timer. It times half an hour. So every half hour I get up, I jiggle around, or I go to the loo. This keeps me mobile, stops me just settling down into immobility. So that's what the ticking is. So God bless you all, and thank you for praying for me today.